Merry Christmas. We went to go see Bad Santa 2.
It was pretty bad, Santa.
It's pretty bad.
Santa.
And I never fucking learned with these goddamn comedy sequels. Fuck! Like, I still get excited for them every single time.
You were excited, you poor thing.
I was, because I started to worry when I noticed it wasn't from the same people who made the first one.
Uh-huh.
Boy, can you tell. This movie, I love the first one. I really love the first one, so... Like a jackass, every time there's a sequel coming out to a comedy that I like, I'm always like, sweet, more! And then I'm fucked 98% of the time. And that's this movie.
So I know I've seen the first Bad Santa at some point in my life, but it's been a while enough ago that I'll remember like the broad strokes. That he's like a bank robber who befriends an 8-year-old kid and like kind of makes him see the error of his ways, but not so much. This movie is not that.
No.
This movie is not remotely heartwarming, and I don't know if it was on purpose that it was not remotely heartwarming or not, but it was just basically people screaming racial epithets at each other, and
the movie's...
that's about it.
Pretty much. The movie is... It's made by... Sorry about the rain.
How dare you?
As the movie is, it's not from the same people who made the first one. The first one, I love. I've seen it more than once. I've seen it plenty of times. This movie is from the director of Mr. Popper's Penguins and from the writer of What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Did he write anything else? Because the writing in this was worse than most movies I've been to.
Yeah, but I can't remember what. I noticed it on IMDb earlier, and that's when I was like, I'm going into this with high hopes because I love the first one, but I'm preparing for the worst. I didn't get the worst movie of the year, but this movie's pretty bad. This movie seems to be written by people who their only takeaway from the first movie is Billy Bob Thornton curses a lot.
And that little people are not actually people. Because, like, in the first one, I seem to recall them having sort of a back and forth banter where, like, Tony Cox would pick on him for being, you know,
a drunk
and an idiot, and he'd pick on Tony Cox for being little.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, he'd pick on Tony Cox for being little, and Tony Cox would respond with, "Man, fuck you." He said, "Man, fuck you." If you did a drinking game to this movie for the amount of times "man, fuck you" was used as a comeback because the writer couldn't come up with anything, you would end up plastered.
Man, fuck you, Willie. Damn, ruining my... I ain't got laid in 10 years, Willie.
That's the bulk of his fucking... This movie was frustrating. It's not... The first one... You're right. The first one did have, like, as vulgar and, like, as it is, and very raunchy and R-rated, it did have, like, a twisted kind of heart to it.
Yeah.
Like, it did. Like, it had some level of empathy to all of the debauchery that was going on, and that made it kind of endearing. Like, Willie and Thurman and Lauren Graham and Cloris Leachman have this sort of dysfunctional family type thing going on in it, and that worked. It was really funny. This is...
This movie hated everyone in it.
No, it did, and... Like, about every 15 minutes, maybe it got a chuckle out of me. It did, because I love Billy Bob Thornton, and Billy Bob Thornton drunkenly cursing. He's so good at it. So there were a few times in the movie where I was kind of like, like that.
I laughed one time in this movie, and it was the very, very beginning, when he's hilariously attempting to kill himself.
Yeah.
So he writes a suicide note. Leave my body parts to science, except for my dick, which you should leave in my hand. Hilarious. And then he turns the oven on and sticks his head in, and then you go to the inside shot, and it's his head, and you see like the electrical coils start to glow, and he's like, "Oh, God damn it!" And just pulls his head back out.
You laughed when
that made me laugh.
You laughed, and I did too, when the toast popped out of his head.
Yeah, he tried to hang himself with the toaster, and then the toast popped out, and there was still toast in it. That was the only time, though, because both of those two things happened in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
About every 15 minutes, he would say something dirty, and I just love Billy Bob Thornton, so, like, about every 15 minutes, it would get a light chuckle out of me. It probably wasn't even that good of a joke, because honestly, I can't remember
We
it.
were like, he said butts.
Probably, because goddamn, he is really good at playing this kind of character. The movie was frustrating to me because the first one is such a competent movie. It's a good-looking film. The script is solid. This movie's directed like a Tyler Perry film.
Yeah. And it's hard for me to put into words how phoned in every single aspect of this movie is without comparing it to like first like Single Moms Club
Yeah.
level.
You're right. Like, and it's all into because this movie is far raunchier than a Tyler Perry movie, but it just looks like one.
It looks awful and it sounds awful and everyone's just like reading their lines off of a script. So it's not
Yeah.
just like, it's not one aspect, it's like a shitstorm of bad.
Yeah, and it ends at this chase in a Santa convention, which I could easily see happening in a Tyler Perry movie or in Jingle All the Way, like something like that. Like that, this movie shouldn't look like that, and it's annoying because I can see these characters in this situation working in a better written, aside from the first movie, because I do kind of like Kathy Bates in this. I don't think she gives a bad performance, and I could see this character working perfectly in a much better written movie than this. This is terribly written.
Yeah, Kathy Bates is doing her damnedest.
She really
And
is.
Christina Hendricks was also doing her damnedest to like make the lines that they were reading sound like they're coming out of the mouth of an actual person.
Yeah,
But like Tony Cox and Billy Bob Thornton, it's like they're reading out of a phone book.
yeah, and exactly, because it's like I said earlier, the fact that this just seems like it's written by somebody who their takeaway is that they just cursed a lot in the first one.
Yeah.
And that's it. So they make them cuss a lot, and they throw in references to the first one quite a bit. Like they explain why Lauren Graham's not in it anymore, and that's pretty much why Christina Hendricks is in this. And as much as I liked him in the first movie, this movie, which is already not very good, comes to a screeching halt every time Thurman is on screen.
Poor old Thurman.
Like, the relationship between him and Billy Bob Thornton was like kind of
Charming and heartwarming in the first movie
Yeah.
because it's an 8-year-old child. But then this is now a 21-year-old man who it turns out is on the autism spectrum, which is why he hasn't aged or developed as a character at all.
He comes across like a serial killer in this film.
He does. And he's like all weirdly shiny and a very, very obvious wig.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's not interacting with most of the characters from most of this movie. He's just like, then cut to him wandering the streets of Chicago. Willie? Are you Willie? Are you Willie? Can I try riding the bicycle now?
It seems like it's there to just really pad this movie out to 90 minutes, because it's only 90 minutes. To just pad it out to 90 minutes and do what we saw in the first movie between his character and Billy Bob Thornton's character, only badly and awkward. Because again, it just feels like this kid should be playing Gacy in a movie, not whatever the fuck I'm watching right now.
I think that's a very apt description of most of the aspects of this movie, is like the first one, but badly and awkward.
Yeah, because they do double crosses at the end, pretty much the same way they did in the first one.
But badly and awkward. And then Christina Hendricks' character is sort of like the badly and awkward of Laura Graham's character, because Lauren Graham, is, I guess, in a relationship with Billy Bob in the first one because she's got like a Santa fetish, and so they end up in that sort of dysfunctional relationship, whereas Christina Hendricks ends up in a dysfunctional relationship with him because he offers her sex.
Because reasons, like...
Because, well, she used to be an alcoholic, and it made her like a wildcat in bed, and he's like, how about you wildcat in bed with me? And she's like, no, okay. And they just like start fucking in an alley.
Yeah, like I'm not
Badly and awkwardly.
It is, because I'm not buying it in this movie.
No.
I bought it in the first movie between him and Lauren Graham. They had other shit to talk about. They had like... It made sense to me why this couple happened in Bad Santa. Like, between her Santa fetish, and I think she was a bartender or something like that, but like, they talk about other shit in that movie other than the fact she has a Santa fetish and they like fucking. Like, they were really good together. In this, it's just...
She runs a successful children's charity. She's a put-together woman, and then she just starts fucking him in an alley.
in this, it didn't even make sense to me why he still has this job.
No.
Like the first one, like okay, yeah, he's every bit as drunk in the first movie as he is in this movie, and he pisses himself in the first movie when he's Santa Claus, but like there were consequences to all that shit in the first movie, and then like it made sense when they kept going with their plan in the first movie because the Bernie Mac character was blackmailing them. In this, I don't know why he still has this job other than the movie wouldn't exist if he got fired.
The movie wouldn't let him get fired. she tried firing him at one point, and he's like, come on. And she's like,
well, okay. I liked the security guard lady. She was, in that I liked her performance.
I hated her performance.
Oh, did you?
Well, I think she had the worst lines out of all of them, because she had to say shit like, you know, I am a high-class lady, and I expect high-class accoutrements. A.E. lobster and all the trimmings. Are you prepared to give those things to me? Tony Cox is like, I sure am, you big, beautiful, sexy piece of woman. And she's like, well, okay. Then off we go.
I admired her confidence. Like, again, kind of like with the Kathy Bates character. It's like, I don't necessarily have anything against this character if it were a much better written movie. Because it's not like I dislike Kathy Bates' character or the security guard. It's just that, like, God damn it, a much better fucking written movie. Like, something could be done here. And the movie has just a forgettable-ass villain, if you even call him that. The Christina Hendricks husband, was it?
Yeah, he was stealing from the company in some nebulous way, and who's also fucking his secretary's shoes in ways that they didn't actually explain to us.
Yeah.
They just made him a foot fetishist so that we would like him less.
I have no idea. Like, most of the time with the villains, I kept sitting there like, where do I know this person from? He was one of them, because I was like, he looks like Paul Rudd on steroids.
Did
like,
you Google him?
No, there was other people in the theater. Otherwise, I would have just taken up my phone and been like, "Who's this?"
I was tempted to just take off my phone anyway.
Who was
Cruz Facebook? See what he's up to.
Who's I thought you were just gonna go to sleep at one point.
I got my coat on because I was getting a little chilly, and I seriously contemplated like maybe I can just sleep through the rest of this and then just phone in the ending.
You could have.
Give me a C+.
You easily could have. Like, who was the guy who was the male security guard? Because that was
Pussy Lips.
That was driving me nuts in this movie.
He looked like someone, but I don't think he was someone.
Yeah,
I think he was like a false positive person.
Yeah, I was like, is this like is this a stand-up comedian? I reckon he was reminding me of like Fisher Stevens from like 20 or 30 years ago. But I know it's not him.
The vamp while I Google.
Crap. I don't know what else to say about this fucking movie. Like, if this was a standalone movie, I still wouldn't like it. But the times that I did chuckle in this movie were way more than like Hot Tub Time Machine 2 or Zoolander 2, which I thought were much worse movies than this. At least at least I can get a kick out of seeing Billy Bob Thornton do his thing. So every now and then I would lightly chuckle. Like, it was never really out loud or anything like that. If this were a standalone movie, I would probably say something like, well, okay, if it's on Netflix, maybe you'll get something out of it. Maybe you'll laugh more than I did. But given that there's a far superior film with these characters, the first Bad Santa, just skip this movie. There's no reason to see it. If you love the first movie, this is just going to make you depressed, and it's going to make you frustrated. If you don't like the first movie, I don't know why you're watching this.
That was me. It was me that was that. No, I didn't mind the first one. I spent the entire time thinking, like, why am I here? The first movie wasn't my kind of movie, and this is a worse, more awkward version of the first movie. His name is Jeff Scowron, and he was in Law and Order a bunch of times, so probably you just recognize him from something off of that.
I don't really watch Law and Order.
He was also in on Kroll Show.
Okay.
Something called Greg and Donnie, NCIS, The Berg.
Yeah,
just like TV procedurals as random guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he just seemed really familiar to me, but well, I do know why you're here, because I knew Dave really liked the first one. So I said to Dave when we were at whatever the fuck the last movie was we were at, probably Space Jam. I said to Dave, I was like, you like Bad Santa, do you want to see the second one? And then he goes like, I do, but Sarah hasn't been anything in a while. Why don't you ask her? Like,
Fucking, are you serious?
dead serious.
Okay, well, he's in trouble. Because his ass would have enjoyed this movie, probably.
I don't think so.
No.
He
He would have enjoyed swearing about this movie.
Yeah, he
This
would
movie
have.
swears the way that Dave swears when he's flustered, which is at weird random spots in the middle of sentences. Fucking pussy lips. God damn it.
Fucking yeah, fuck, just fuck. just watch him talk about Batman v Superman. Halfway through it, I think he goes, fuck. Yeah, Batman v Superman. That's fuck. That's what it was called. He would have. He probably would have come out of this like probably saying what we're saying about it. Like I'm sure he might have chuckled a few more times than you did, maybe, but I still don't think he would have liked it.
I'll tell you what, next ridiculous kids movie, if Allison can't go, take Dave.
Allison and I are going to try to see Sing on Saturday morning because they're doing a free screening of it.
Like, as much as that movie's been touted, I think that it's probably going to be okay.
It's, you know what, honestly, yeah, it's probably going to be fine. I'm just sick of all the goddamn advertisements for it. I'll probably feel the same way about it that I do most other Illumination movies, which is like, it's fine, I just hate their fucking advertising.
Should we talk previews?
Yeah, totally.
Final thought, I hated this movie.
It's
probably
not
going to be
very good.
on my bottom 10 list this year.
It's not going to be on mine, but it's not good. It's just, we walked out of the theater and I was just like, that was depressing.
It was super depressing. And I don't know, like, it's just a hateful fucking movie. Like, I don't mind bad, but this movie was hateful. The Bye-Bye Man.
That's a me and Brian movie. That looks terrible. The Bye-Bye Man.
They say that you can tell what a society is currently afraid of by what they have in their horror media, whether it's like books or movies or TV. And according to the previews that we got this time around, the thing that we as a society are afraid of are manipulative hooded figures.
Yes.
And mental illness.
It looks like
werewolves.
It looks like the ghost in this movie is the main character from Beastly. Like, this looks awful. Like, you can tell I got in this trailer a lot because as soon as the first frame popped up in it, I was next to you and just was like, ugh!
It's like the Babadook, maybe? No.
I wish. I love that
horror
movie.
movies.
Yeah, Bye-Bye Man looks
I tried
awful.
watching the Babadook, but it was too scary.
It's very scary.
It was too scary for me. The Bye-Bye Man looks less scary.
It looks significantly less
There's a
scary.
whole lot of like, don't say it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't
Yeah.
say it, don't think it.
It's impossible for me not to do that. I keep seeing this trailer all the fucking time.
I'm thinking about the Bye-Bye Man. Can't help it. John Wick Chapter 2.
Fuck yeah, John Wick 2.
Was the first one good?
Hell yes.
Okay.
It was so good.
Is it like he's doing an accent in this movie? Because he didn't really sound like himself.
He sounded like he did in the first movie.
Maybe I just haven't seen him in anything in a really long time.
No, he just does like his gruff Keanu Reeves action movie voice. It's the first one is like it's 90 minutes of Keanu Reeves being badass and shooting people in the head. It's amazing, and this looks like more of that. So I'm excited.
Fair enough. I think that the longer you go without seeing a particular actor, the more you expect them to sound like a stereotype of themselves.
Oh,
so
okay.
I expect them to be like, dude, what? I'm Wick, bro.
That's a completely different John Wick movie.
I'd watch it. Office Christmas Party. Okay.
I think that looks really funny.
Yeah, I'm
honestly.
kind of excited for it. I mean, it looks a little embarrassing, but I'm fine with that because it's T.J. Miller who fucking pulls that shit off with aplomb.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's that kind of nihilistic embarrassing where it's like, yeah, fucking burn the earth and salt it so nothing grows there.
It's a shenanigans movie.
Yeah.
I love shenanigans
Like,
movies.
if everything goes terrible and nothing turns out right, I'm fine with it in this movie because
Me too.
that's the kind of tone that it sets.
I'm totally down with it. Like I've laughed quite a bit at the trailers for this movie, so I love me a shenanigans movie. So
Yes.
I'm down for, and I really like T.J. Miller a lot, so I'm cool with it.
Split, which is the mental illness thing.
I think that looks really good.
It looks good, but I'm worried it's not going to be. But again, that's a you and Brian movie, so I guess I don't have to worry.
Me and Brian will probably be at that one. I loved Shyamalan's last movie, so I hope that, like,
Which one was his last movie?
The Visit with the old people.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that movie.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I hope he's back to doing good movies now.
Well, I do like old what's-his-face?
James McAvoy?
Professor X, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's playing like a 37 personalities Professor X in like a turtleneck.
He'll be crazy like a
Carrying
Victor
tray of
Frankenstein.
cookies. Yeah!
I'm down. Like,
It looks
I'm
pretty
excited
good.
for
He
that.
plays like a split personality and kidnaps a bunch of girls. Underworld, Blood Wars.
God, I cannot bring myself to give a rat's ass about that.
Which is the other thing that we are afraid of as a society, which is the vampires and the werewolves duking it out at the end of the world.
Well, it's got 4 in it from Divergent, so we finally get that crossover. I mean,
Yes.
he's not technically playing the same character. He might as well fucking be.
I've been home taking care of the baby lately, so I've been watching a shit ton of TV and Netflix, and I've gone through all of Psych, and I've gone through all of West Wing, and now we're working our way through the Lord of the fucking Rings, and I feel like the next on the docket should be the Underworld movies, because they're so dumb, but they're fun, you know.
I never had fun at those movies.
Really?
No.
And she's just doing cartwheels, just wearing like the tiniest pants, and she's like, "Blah, I'm a vampire!" Pew 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 pew.
And it seems like I should have fun at those, but they're always so in one ear and out the other for me. Like, I
You
would
gotta watch it
rather.
like this.
If I'm watching it like that, I'd rather watch one of the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, see, those movies I feel are in one ear and out the other for me.
That's how I feel about Underworld. Like,
Underworld, she's got like all these like old vampires. They're like, you cannot be a crossbreed, blah. She's like, you can't stop me, pew pew.
I just, I can't. I wish I could, but because it seems like something I'd get a kick out of, but I don't. I don't.
More for me.
Yeah.
Fist fight. Okay, that looked good. It's like Charlie. Charlie
Day, and
Yeah,
Ice Cube.
Kumail Nanjiani was in it. Looked like, and that the sassy lady from the 22 Jump Street. She's in the Workaholics. She's kind of a bigger gal.
Is that the 911 operator scene in Fist Fight? At the end when he calls 911.
No, she's the blonde one that's
Oh!
trying to like walk into
Okay.
like, take a punch and then fall over like a
That's
possum.
right. Yeah.
She's funny. I like her.
It looks like a better version of Big Bully with Rick Moranis and Tom Arnold.
Having never seen that movie, I'm inclined to agree with you.
It's not very good.
This is like teachers are gonna fight on the last day of school, and I'm kind of hoping it just turns out to be like the bloodbath battle royale sort of thing.
Yeah, if it's just really fucking bloody, right on. I don't know, it might be fine.
There's a book that I read when I was growing up. It was called like the Battle of the Stupid Teachers and the Awesome Kids, and it had like a ridiculous name like that, so you expected it to just be silly fluff, but it ended up being like really pretty dark, where the teachers like had the kids just absolutely subjugated, and there's like this huge war at the end. And I want it to be like that, just start out silly and just end up just dark and blood covered.
Oh, like if this takes place in the same universe as The Wall.
Yes.
Damn.
Just this vagina just comes out. And
Exactly.
eats all of them.
I did not see this coming.
And the judge just shits on him. That movie is awesome. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Even if you don't like Pink Floyd, watch The Wall. Sleepless? I don't even know what that was.
The Jamie Foxx one, the cop movie, where
I was
it's
literally just watching this preview.
it's the one where like I think he's a dirty cop and his son gets kidnapped.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Um,
they're playing. It looked really, really generic.
It looked like it's gonna be like. It reminded me of that 999 movie that Irving and I had to go see. That was another like dirty cop movie from this year. But I like dirty cop movies, and we don't really see them as much anymore as we used to. Although it wasn't that long ago 999 came out. I don't know. The movie will probably be generic, but I'll probably think like I did with 999, where it was like, oh, the movie wasn't great, but I haven't seen something like that in a while, so right on.
Yeah, I don't care.
Nah.
Why him?
Oh,
Which I'm not seeing.
I'm tired of that
Put
preview.
my goddamn foot down.
You don't want to see that?
No.
Yeah.
That movie looks really embarrassing.
It looks like, because it's coming out around the holidays, and it looks like a movie that's made because Daddy's Home did well last year, and Daddy's Home sucked. And
Why
this,
did Daddy's Home do well? Like, even the previews made it look terrible.
yeah, I don't know, holidays maybe.
Bryan Cranston versus the millionaire boyfriend of his daughter.
And
Speaking
James
as a
Franco.
daughter, my dad has never, like, put his 2 cents in as to the men I date. Like, after the fact, it's like, that guy was a jackass. But during, it's like, nice to meet you. Okay, goodbye.
I can see where, in a situation where a dad maybe would put his 2 cents in, this might be a situation where that would be the case. Because, I mean,
like,
he's-
as long as she's happy.
sure.
And the dude's
Yeah.
a fucking millionaire.
That's, you know what? Yeah,
and
that's.
he, like, for all intents and purposes, he seems to be utterly devoted to her. So yeah, fucking why not? You know.
Yeah, I can't tell if towards the end of the movie if he goes crazy though.
I feel like he probably goes crazy.
Yeah.
Cause he's like running at James Franco's character.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of seeing that trailer. I like the actors who are in it, and the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, maybe I like these actors, but I get that trailer in front of quite a few things now, and I'm kind of tired of seeing it.
I do want to request that you send me to Underworld: Bloodlines.
Yeah, totally.
And I want you to send Dave with me.
Sure.
Because I will hire a goddamn babysitter because I will bet money that he hates this series.
Probably.
Yeah.
If he's
Cha-ching! Send my ass to Bad Santa 2, why don't you? We're in it for the long con. I'll hire a goddamn babysitter.
And my first thought was when he said that, I was like, you know what, that's true. The review for the remake of Vacation was hilarious. So we'll go see what will probably be a shitty comedy, like fucking Vacation. I thought Bad Santa 2 was better than the remake of Vacation.
I'd put it in the same fucking shitty ass comedy tier.
They're both shitty comedies, but I
will say because Vacation made me laugh more than this movie did. Because I laughed a couple times at Chevy Chase's character. Remember when he was Febrezing the bedclothes?
I was angrier at Vacation, and I laughed more in this, which isn't saying much because I didn't laugh all that much, but I wasn't nearly as mad at this movie as I was at Vacation. I was, even through the parts that I kind of chuckled at a little bit, I never gave a shit. I was like, I don't care where this movie's going. I just hope it gets there soon.
I wasn't mad at Vacation because I didn't grow up on the original. And I feel like at least in Vacation, the characters were innately likable.
You need to go back and rewatch that review because past Sarah was plenty mad at Vacation.
I wouldn't call myself, like, livid, though.
Like, maybe not, like, 50 Shades of Black mad, where you were kicking the seat
Okay,
in
so
front
this movie is better than 50 Shades of Black. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's, good lord, yes. That movie's going on my worst list.
Was that this year? It
Yeah.
feels so long ago.
Yeah, that was like January or February.
I will
think.
rewatch that review.
50 Shades of
Yeah,
Black.
because every year you give
Oh
me
no!
every year you give me the little list of the movies that you think will probably be on my bottom 10 list, and I
Yeah.
put them in order and we watch the reviews to figure out what the fuck I thought about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will relish rewatching 50 Shades of Black, because sometimes you just want to hate watch yourself, hate watch something.
That's very true. My favorite review is still you and Brian talking about Son of God. It's an extra bonus too, because in the same video you talk about the Heaven is for Real trailer, and at first you didn't know what Brian was talking about, because Brian goes like, Brian saying something like, we got a trailer for this one movie that I don't even know if it's coming to Springfield. It's called Heaven is for Real. And you're looking confused, and then Brian starts talking about it, and then just suddenly you go, oh, fuck that movie!
Alright. Nice thing about having a real crappy short-term memory is you get to experience some stuff twice, even 3 times in the same day.
This is true. What did the past version of myself think of this?
Yeah, not short-term and long-term memory. Crap memory, all things considered. Anyway.
I gotta go in and get some popcorn dinner and see Allied.
You
thank
should
God.
get some protein, like chop a hot dog up into the popcorn.
Exactly. Oh, That's smart thinking. Hell yeah. Oh, thank God the raid stopped now that we're done.
Hot corn pop dog.
Sold.
Bye.
See ya.